banks of the Ohio River. There's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 for Dalton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Heavy. Nice. Here you go, 368.
Third down from the gun. Dalton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They run for it with Mixon, and this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Stops short of the 25, but that Second effort got him a couple extra. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Keenum to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defense is awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
All right, here we go. Boom,
now this time he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Fielded just inside the 30. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, now Keenum swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he stopped immediately there. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing now is Keenum. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. First catch there for Thomas. It's a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Keenum to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Michael Johnson continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Third and long. It's Keenum. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals team. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
59.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Darian Stewart there to bring him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the Bengals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Dalton here from the gun. Open man is Uzama. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Four down. Hey. Here you go, 368. 26, Mike. Heavy.
Play action now, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Nice.
Play action here with Dalton. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now it's Freeman. Pushes him over. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. The final shot before half for Keenum. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. On a crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Keenum now, he's hit on just 5 of 15 throws, a poor percentage, but it's 1st and 10. And now a 10 carry for Freeman. And Freeman lost the football, and the Bengals grab it, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense. But a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now Bernard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
To throw here, Dalton. This will be caught inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. And Bullock will put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Keenum. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play. Keenum to Thomas. 41 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Freeman. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Keenum going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got his man, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And it's the Ravens that have moved out in front. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 27.
2-by-2. Move.
Here's Muhammad. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Back now in Cincinnati. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here you go, 368. 2x2. Move.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down, Dalton. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Go on the ball. On the ball. Nice.
And now to the air, Dalton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's it, baby.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6.
There you go, 368. Hey.
Shut down. Motion. Check. Shit.
Heavy.
From the gun, Dalton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
After the interception, here's Keenum. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Freeman. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field, despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Keenum on third down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Bobby McCain. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Fresh off the pick six, here's Keenum. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Throwing on first down is Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now it's Keenum. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now the Bengals on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
368.
So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jones. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's back to throw. His throw's going to be incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt, and now it's 2nd down. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
We're good.
This is Freeman. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. That 2nd down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now Keenum, got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.